His back molars.
Oh,
to be honest with you.
Freaking teeth and kids. It's the worst.
It's my back Moses.
Back Moses. Back Moses. Okay, I think we're ready. You guys want to go?
Go, go, go.
Okay, we can do it. Probably ought to have that ready, though. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I don't see any reason to delay this any longer. So here we go. Tape's rolling. Two of my favorite people here on a show with me.
YouTube? Recording?
YouTube.
Who else is here?
What? Oh, yeah. I'm recording.
You usually record the video, right?
Oh, yeah, that's going. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I started a little early. I like to get a little of Brian's banter after he swore, of course.
Woo, yay.
Here we go. It begins, ladies and germs, in 3, 2, 1.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
This is the final score for March 7th, 2014, episode 150. Something, something, something. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final score of the video game podcast for the rest of us. And I swear I was supposed to say something else there. Didn't it feel like I left something off?
You're supposed to read the header thing we always do.
Didn't I say this is the final score? I usually say, hi.
Hi,
This is the final score, episode 150 for such and such date, 2014, and that's usually it. Isn't it?
And on this episode, we're going to talk about this, that, and the other thing.
I never do that on this show. What are you talking about?
Why does it always say that at the top?
That's for the post I put out.
Oh.
When I do that on TMS, Brian. That's what you're thinking of. I don't read it here.
It'd be kind of fun if we did that.
Well, we could totally read it here, but
I am a lord of a shadow.
Do it now. Read it now. It's not too late.
Here, I'll read what it says.
I'll tell you what, okay.
Should I read it? Should we read it?
Just either that or play some Scott Fletcher quotes, whatever. I don't care.
All right. Here's what I'll play instead. You ready? Hold on. I got to find it. Oh, that's Happy Bird, Slappy Bird. Hold on. That's not. No.
Happy Slappy Bird.
Hold on. I'm going to find it now because now I'm irritated that I did that. So hold on. Here we go. This is going to be, oh, here we go. We know this one. This is a thing.
I don't like Steam.
Did you hear that?
I don't like Steam.
So you don't like Steam.
I don't like Steam.
That was totally taken out of context.
Hey,
I said,
hey, Brian, do you like Steam?
I don't like Steam.
See, you just said it.
That's what I said. I don't like Steam is something I would never say. That's what
not true. You did say it. And I remember.
Not in that instance, it wasn't.
Not in that one, but I'm sure it's in one of those earlier episodes.
Yeah, there was an early time when you didn't like Steam. And then just yesterday I said, I had him on the air. I said, Brian, hey, do you like Steam? And you said,
I don't like Steam.
And it was like just like that.
Right. Lies. Also, by the way, I just got in your crappy crap movies that you sent me to the wrong address.
Oh, yeah. What do you think of all that?
Yeah, I took everything in except the Minority Report and I threw it outside.
I left it to the dogs. Maybe that's the best. Puke stick. That's what you got to watch for in that movie. A puke stick. Hey, it's the final score. It's me. It's Brian. It's Nicole. Hello, everyone. How are you guys today?
I'm no peacock. I'm doing good.
You're no peacock? What?
No precog.
Oh, you're not a peacock.
Peacock.
We're here to do another show to talk about video games. That's what we do. It's how we roll. It's how we do this. So we may as well do it. And now I've lost my place. So, oh, here you go, right here. Hey, what are you playing? Okay, I'll start. That's the tradition, is for me to start, right? That's what I do here. You know, we ought to shake it up one of these times and have like Nicole go first, or
what?
I agree. Let's do it. Let's do it now.
Okay, Nicole.
Let's totally unprepare her because I'm sure she's all like she probably sits around and does hers while we talking.
Like,
She's playing her games while we're talking.
I'm playing Disco Zoo while you guys are talking.
Oh, I keep hearing Disco Zoo's fun. Is it?
It's adorable.
To explain, describe.
It's replaced Pocket Mine for me.
Good, because that's something needed to. Can you explain what it is? Because I got in and went, oh, I love the 8-bit look. I like the sound. I like everything about it. Little cute guys bopping around. That stuff's great. But then I went, oh, I got to build shite and do like Farmville kind of things. And then I kind of lost interest.
Well, it's not Farmville. It's more like Tiny Tower with Zoo.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, even then. So you build your zoo. And what are you doing, Brian? I see you on the phone.
He got some phone call. All right, fine. Maybe it is good you're going first.
I
Anyway,
know, right?
Yeah.
Messing everything up.
So Disco Zoo. I gotta understand. I don't even understand where the disco comes in, but maybe you can explain that.
Yeah, I can tell you where it comes in. So
All
you're
right.
building your zoo. You have a little you rescue animals, and the way you rescue them is you have to find them on the board. So you're clicking around, unlocking different animals, and when you, let's say a kangaroo, you got to get 4 in a row, and it's diagonal, and they all have a different pattern. So you're collecting these little animals and putting them in your zoo, getting better scores, and you're collecting money so you can rescue more animals.
Yeah.
And then once you get all your animals, well, not all of them, but when you get a good amount of animals, then you can use a disco buck to make them all dance.
A disco buck.
It's so silly, but it's adorable.
That
And
does sound like fun.
they all dance around, and there's like a disco ball. And yeah, I wish I could visit other people's zoos.
Oh, that's not a part. I thought that was part of it. No.
No, I haven't been able to visit anyone's. You get graded on your zoo, and you have different.
Who grades you?
Yeah, who grades you?
I don't know, the zoo committee.
Oh, they're fake like AI zoo people.
Right.
All right, not people. All right.
And you can capture, normal animals like a cow or a chicken or
A giraffe.
a giraffe.
Are
you can also
PETA people mad about this game? Capturing these animals, taking them out of the wild.
so.
Okay, all right, just checking.
there's unicorns and mythical animals in it as well.
Oh, good.
And those are harder to find.
I would
So
imagine
there's
so. Yeah.
Bigfoot.
It's cute.
Is
I
there
have not.
Bigfoot?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, wait a
to be
minute
honest
though.
with
Let's
you.
break that down. Is Bigfoot considered a man or a beast? Which side do you land on, Brian? Which one is it?
Hey, mine is a beast. I don't know about yours.
Okay.
Don't know about your
I
big
think
feet.
He's in the woods, right?
I guess, but but he's more man. I mean, he's upright, so I always think hairy man is what I think
Well,
of.
not the one I have. He sits in the recliner all day, so he's more like
great.
90-degree angled.
You should call yourself a Bigfoot.
Play it. You just got to play it, okay?
Okay.
It's cute. It's
I'm going to keep
adorable.
going. It's on my iPad, and I got a little bit in and went, and I had to go somewhere, and I didn't do anything else. But I'll do some more tonight.
Start
I'm
rescuing
glad
your animals. It'll make sense.
Okay.
After that.
I'm glad you brought that up. Those on the iPad because I actually had a phone call while she was introducing that, and I was like, "What are they talking about?"
Oh yeah, how'd
So
that go? What was it? It's no emergency. I hope everything fine.
No, it wasn't an emergency. I thought it was. Everybody knows not to call on Friday night when I'm recording.
Yeah, come on now. What's going on with that? Jeez.
Every Friday night.
Tom Merritt called yesterday during our first TMS PM, like right as the show started. It was really fun giving him crap about it. It's like, hey Tom, quit calling me, buddy. I'm doing a show over here. I forgot you guys were doing that tonight. Oh no. That's his normal voice. You guys don't hear that on the air. Anyway, so Disco Zoo. All right, fine.
Disco Zoo.
I'll try it. What else you playing? Castlevania. How's that going?
Castlevania. So I said last week that I had purchased it, but it was still installing by the time we recorded.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to get into the game. So it's I've never played any of the Castlevanias except for the NES one, like the old one. So I was curious about it, and it hit a lot of good buttons for gameplay for me. It reminded me a little of God of War.
Yeah.
I was interested in the story because I really had no expectations of what the game was going to be.
Sure.
I'm enjoying how he can morph into like rats and, go all over the place. I'm still unclear about the full story. They give you a wrap up of what's happened and why this character Gabriel is now Dracula, and then there's like his son, and I'm still not 100% sure what's really going on, but I'm
the lore
enjoying
in those
the
games
gameplay.
has always been a little weird. This story kind of goes all over the freaking place, and they change stuff without really explaining why it changed and all that. But you're saying it's I mean, they're so okay.
It's average. I mean, I haven't played a God of War type game in a long while, so I think that's one of the reasons why I am enjoying it. It's not a bad, like, you start off fighting a big boss, this golden paladin. So you have all your powers, and you're learning all the tutorial through that. But of course
that's very God of War too, also, isn't it? It's very Metroid, where you have everything at first and then it kind of gets stripped away or whatever.
Yeah, the one surprising point to this game, Patrick Stewart, his voice. Yes,
he's done some stuff, like he did Oblivion. Remember that? He was the main.
No, this is true.
Oblivion.
He plays Zobek. I think that's how
Zorb.
you say it.
Zeep, zop, zorp.
But he has awakened Dracula because Dracula is weakened. He's been away for many, many centuries.
Okay.
How do you awaken him? Did he like bring him a cup of coffee? Did he?
You drink holy water, then you pee on him. Come on.
But the
Shoot
whole
up, Dracula.
the whole thing with the game is Satan is returning, and you as Dracula have to defeat him. And
well, Satan was the big I want to say the kind of the final boss in the Lords of Shadow 1, right? I think
I didn't play the first one.
Pretty sure.
Satan should always be the bad boss of everything, every game.
How open world is it? Is it a thing where you can go to a hub and go, hey, I want to do a bunch of quests and things, or is it pretty linear?
It seems pretty linear.
That's okay. I don't mind. You know, it's not that I can't play games that are linear. I just think that world could be kind of cool if you open it up a little bit.
Maybe it will open up as I get further in, but it seems like I have a goal, and that's what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, it does feel like they're trying to let the God of War spirit live on in this series, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just interesting choice.
I didn't enjoy the last God of War, so
wait, 3? Oh no, the other one.
No, the multiplayer one. The
Dirty Gods of the Underpin or something. What was it called?
I don't.
The horses of the face of the horse. I don't know what it was.
God of War.
Ascension.
That's
it. I was close.
I didn't like that one. I will say that there's a very disturbing moment early on in the game, and I tried to not do it.
Okay.
And you have to do it.
Wait, when you say you tried not to do it, you tried to choose not to do the action it wanted you to do.
I ended up killing myself.
No.
You have to kill a family.
Oh gosh.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a thing Nicole Spagnolo would want to do.
I was like, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this.
Interesting. Isn't that interesting? Like how many times have we had a moment in a game where you were like, I really don't want to do this thing it's going to make me do. And I can't think of one, but that's a good example right there.
Yeah, I try. I mean, some games, you can play like Dishonor. You can go through the entire game and not kill a single person.
Right.
You can do it all stealth.
I have that game, but I've never played it. I should play that game.
What?
I know. It's sitting in Steam just looking at me going, why don't you play me?
Wow.
For whatever reason, it came out at a time where I just wasn't interested in a stealthy freaking thing. But
you can fight too. I mean, you're not getting punished for fighting because that's how I play. I have a hard time just not killing
I should have played
bad guys in games.
It bugs me that I didn't play it. I know one. But they let you skip it. But do you remember in Call of Duty 4 or was it 2? Or Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare 2, I think it was. It was the
airport, right?
Yeah.
And you could skip it because you were just mowing down innocents, and I skipped it. I didn't feel like doing that.
You can walk through. Like, I did the scene, but I didn't do anything. I just walked through.
Oh, you didn't shoot or do nothing. Yeah. I skipped it completely. I didn't want to see kids get shot. That bugged me. I assume kids got shot. I don't even know.
I didn't. I don't remember.
There may not even been women and children. It may have been all dudes on those planes that day. Sorry, it's dude day here at the airport. No women or children allowed. So thanks.
So anyway. Scott can have a clear conscience.
Yeah.
Come on through.
Just want to feel better about myself.
But
nothing but terrorists in these planes. No. Scott. Nothing but terrorists.
Brian, have you had any of those moments in a game where you're just like, I don't want to do that, and they force you to do something that you just are uncomfortable with?
I don't want to save the princess.
Right, I hate that. It's like, I don't want it. I just want some shrooms, and I have no interest in saving this stupid princess crap. No, I'm trying to think of any game that I might have had that I just didn't want to do something. No, usually I just go, I'm out.
You didn't want to mine for gold in Pocket Mine.
Oh, wait, I've had that, yeah. I like the choice it gave me. Turn it off or keep playing, and I turned it off.
Those are your options. I'm out.
Interesting.
No, I haven't had any dilemmas like that. I think I'd be more aggravated if I had been playing a game for like 12, 14 hours and then suddenly made me make a decision that I didn't want to make. That would be bad.
Yeah.
It almost made me turn the game off. It happened early on in the game, and that's why I was just kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right.
And I almost stopped playing, but I went ahead and
it's not really that kind of thing's not really Nicole's speed. I understand. I've been in similar positions in games. I don't like games that make me put me in a role where I don't have any control over how I'm going to behave.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a choice. I like a good RPG where some of the conversation choices let me choose the way I would do it in real life. I'm playing Shadowfall. Shadowfall? No. Shadowrun. Sorry, Shadowrun Returns.
Mm-hmm.
And that game,
is that good?
I really like it a lot, and I'm anxious to get through the main core story because the DLC is supposed to be insanely good, right. And they got rid of that. I think we talked about on the show before. One of the things I didn't like about it when I first played it was the save system wasn't working,
right?
Or it just wouldn't let you save where you wanted to. You had to wait till you were finished with the whole sequence, and that sucked because you'd have to go through all these conversations again. I mean, it was a real bad design decision, and they fixed that with this latest patch. So that's all gone. You can save anywhere, anytime, pretty much. And that's made a huge difference. But that game's really cool. Story is deep. It's a lot of story. If you don't like reading in games, then you probably should check out. But I dig this kind of Blade Runner sort of near-future story. And the whole point is there are lots of weird decisions, and I'm getting to choose how I want to behave in those decisions. And I like that a lot. That's a good freedom to have. Right. Now, in a game like you're playing, Nicole, where it's like, here's what you need to do. You either need to not mix your real-life horror in with my fantasy horror. In other words, I'm fine killing other Dracula dudes. I'm cool killing vampires or whatever, all that stuff. Sure, great. Yeah. Those are great. Like God of War. I am perfectly fine pulling the head off a fake Greek god that doesn't exist.
Right.
But if you tell me to pull the head off a kid who lives up the road, I'm going to have words.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah. I don't like
that. And it's disturbing, and I'm like, the only reason I did it is because I wanted to understand why he was put in a room with this family, and like, who are those? Are they meant to be somebody important or like? But it didn't seem like it was just this random family that just got a crappy deal here by Patrick Stewart's character.
Right.
So because Patrick Stewart's character put them in the room with me. And I'm super, super weak because I've been asleep for centuries.
Oh yeah. They're like
you want some nom noms.
You're like they're the cookies after you went and gave blood. They're a little bit of they're little juice boxes. What those are.
That's exactly. And it just made me feel icky.
Are you gonna watch Star Trek now and go, you bastard?
How could you?
How could you? You may have just saved the Romulans from a certain death, but damn it, you tried it. You got me to kill this family.
I know.
Could you close your eyes and just hear him scream? That's worse.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is worse. I just said it, and it didn't sound bad as it was coming into my head, but when I said it, it sounded worse. I take it all back.
Fantastic.
I didn't like it.
Most of the time, I don't have any. I think I have a big disconnect when I'm playing games by myself, which I do most of the time. Usually, the only time I stop and go, okay, is this morally correct, is when other people are watching me. And generally, I'm just like, I'm role playing, whatever. Okay, I'm a big douche. I get it. And it doesn't really bother me. But
well, I think because I didn't know anything about this character, his history, and I'm like thinking, okay, it's me. I'm a good guy, right? I'm here to save the world from Dracula, but I am a total jerk.
Well, you're Dracula.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
What are you gonna do? Tell me about Dead Money.
Oh, that's just the DLC for Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, wait. That's why don't I think I never heard of that one? That came, maybe I did get it.
It was a bonus DLC exclusive for Xbox 360 at first, but then they released it. And so I finished Old World Blues. So I finished that up, and then I started in on Dead Money. And it's you find a hidden casino, and it's really hard.
Is it full of zombies?
It's full of ghost people.
They're dead.
They're ghost people that are locked in their hazmat suits that the red gas got into their hazmat suits and turned them into these like crazy guys that are really hard to kill.
The red gas, Brian.
Ride the red gas.
That's communist gas. Hello, comrade. That's great.
But this is an interesting one because it makes you work with 3 other companions. So usually you only have one companion in the main game. And you can only have one companion at a time in this game. So you have to systematically go through all 3 characters and convince them to do what needs to happen in order to open up the casino that's in lockdown.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but I'm enjoying it more than I thought. Everybody was telling me it wasn't great, so I like it.
Okay.
The difficulty factor is what I like.
Yeah, and that game was like made for you.
I leveled to 50 today. So
if I was, here's a scenario. If Nicole was in the hospital and I had to go visit her and see how things were going, right?
Right.
I'd walk in. Mark would be asleep on a couch somewhere.
bring me a stim pack.
Yeah, I'd bring you a stim pack. Mateo would be off with mom somewhere. So I'd come in there, and here's what I would do. I would bring you a stack of movies, and they would include such things as the Road Warrior series. Like, I would bring you all the post-apocalyptic, basically, Westerns that you could stand, because I think that is your genre.
I enjoy it, definitely.
Yeah, you sure dig it in
growing
games.
Growing up watching Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, Tina Turner.
Who runs Bartertown?
So good.
So good, dude.
I love it.
All that stuff is just so great. I love Road Warrior like nobody's business. Just walk away. Just walk away. Oh, I freaking love it.
And by the way, if Mateo was off with his mother, that would be me.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant mom, like
grandmother.
Grandmother. Your mom.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Yeah, good point.
That would make no sense at all. All right, well, that's what Nicole's been up to.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Now I'll go second. Brian, how about that?
That was I actually liked that Nicole went first. It was actually really good.
That's refreshing, isn't it?
It was.
It's like a spritz of cold air right up your ass on one of those fancy French toilets.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I downloaded and played a bunch of and plan to play a bunch more of this weekend if I can get some time. Dead Nation on the PlayStation 4. It is free if you have a PlayStation Plus account. It's this month's free game, and it is a re-release, the PS3 version, which I bought and played the hell out of. Oh, no, you know what? That was a game they gave for free if you were screwed over by the network outage. Remember that?
Right, I remember that.
And I remember getting that thinking, whatever. And then I went, oh, House Martin made this. I like those guys. They're at the time they'd only done what's it called? The shoot 'em up asteroids game. That's like dual stick shooter. No, PlayStation 3 launch game. Oh, geez.
PlayStation launch game.
It's also on it's on the Vita now. Help me, chat room. You're my only help.
Chat rooms. Right, the chat room. The bad thing about us doing video now is the chat room is way delayed beyond what
a lot more delayed than they used to be. Well, Super Stardust, thank you, Super Stardust.
There we go.
And the Delta is the Vita one. So they're good. And I remember saying, oh, that's them. Maybe this would be good. And I ended up playing the crap out of that on the PS3 and loved it. It's a zombie game, over the top, over the head, or three-quarter view, kind of Diablo-style looking view. And you've got guns, and you upgrade those guns and armor and all this stuff. And it's just huge waves of zombies, and then sometimes it's really hard zombies or whatever. It's just the right amount of dual-stick shooter and zombie for me, and I loved it. So when I found out this was coming to PS4 and would be free, I mean, duh. Of course I'm going to play it. And it's all been updated, 60 frames per second, 1080p, looks real nice, real pretty. It's still just as fun as it always was. There's some extra features thrown in there. It's good. People should get it if you have PS4. It's totally free. Well, unless
are you playing that like on the main room computer, or
yeah.
is that like screens?
Well, I'm playing it on the big 70-inch 1080p in there. So like the big screen. Right. And it's great. Oh, it's great. The game is good. The game is great. That game's got the whole world on a plate. All right, moving on. D3, that's Diablo 3 Loot 2.0 patch came out.
I almost played this week, but I didn't.
I think we
that's our mantra for all games.
Yeah.
I almost played it.
Yeah, almost. Not quite.
I will tell you. I'll tell you why I almost played it. Almost played it because I wanted to try some of the new beta stuff, but then I remembered I'm not that far along with my character. So even if I did play it, I would have to play through hours and hours of the mundane before I could get to the new and exciting.
That is incorrect. Oh, you will on the beta, yes, but on this, no. So this is the whole new loot system, which is really the big kicker here. Everything else is great. All the new additions are great, but the new loot system is basically you can no longer use the auction houses, real money or otherwise. It is out, pulled out of the game.
Great comic, by the way.
Thanks.
Great comic.
Completely yanked out of there from the roots. It's gone. So that means we can get back to what the game's core has always been about historically, which is really great loot, more consistently, more creatively placed, way better battles, way funner to get the next stuff, way more incentive to explore every little corner. And I've beaten the game thrice, and I was on my next playthrough. Now you have these different difficulty settings too. So instead of just going normal, hell, nightmare, inferno, there's like a normal, a harder than that, a masterful. I can't remember all the names, but you can pick those at any time, no matter where you're at or what you're doing. So if you're in the middle of a particularly really hard boss fight, Next time you back out, you can go set that difficulty down a notch and see how you do. Or you can crank it up and get way better loot, way better gold, way better everything. I'm rocking almost, I think I'm only 2 pieces of my gear away from having an entire
legendary
set.
Nice.
Which you never had in the other game, unless I went and bought it, right?
I think I have 2 pieces.
It's awesome. It's really, really good. It has completely changed the game for me in all the right ways and all the best ways possible. So cannot say enough good things about that patch, and that only leads me to think that the Reaper of Souls, which will be out on the 25th, is going to be amazing. Guaranteed it will be. It's going to be incredible.
Do you know if it's also coming out on the PS4 at the same time, or is that delayed?
Later.
Damn.
I know.
Because I just want to play it on the PS4.
Well, the rumor is it's sold crazy well on PC and has since launch. It just keeps doing well, and everyone expects that to do well here with the expansion, but that the PS3 version of the game, I'm talking about the first one.
They had the PS3 version.
That did not sell well. Didn't do very well overall. Just kind of a weird game to stick on a console. And you're at the end of life of a PS3, and that may have something to do with it, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what rush they're in, is what I'm getting at. I don't know if they're in a huge hurry or not. I mean, the 360 version never came out, did it? Or did it? Actually, I don't know.
I don't have a 360.
I don't know. I do, but I don't know if it ever came out. Point of the bottom line is, Loot 2.0 kicks ass, and you would do well to play it. It's freaking rad. It's like a whole new game. It just feels great. Feels really good. So if your problem with Diablo was, I don't like fantasy or seeing this story, well then I can't help you there. But until the expansion anyway, when you get all new stuff for that too. But if your problem was the real money auction house sucks and this is a slog where I don't get nearly enough cool gear just by playing the game and I'm forced to spend either gold or real money to do that, then this is a huge 180-degree change for you.
All right, so I'm going to play this week. And if I'm disappointed, Scott Johnson,
get it, play it, do it. We already have it. Just patch it and play.
Come to your house.
Okay.
I'm shoving that Minority Report
right up my ass.
Somewhere. Right.
Okay. I await. My body is ready. Bring it on. Let's see.
My body is prepared. It is a DVD or Blu-ray size slot.
I prefer the GameCube size discs, but if that's all you got, that's fine. That's fine. I like a good USB memory stick would be my preference. Metal Slug 3, donated to me by a good buddy of the show, Iceworm, Frog Pants intern Iceworm, Mike, and he said, hey, we should get this and play this on Frog Pants TV. I said, yes, we should. So we did. And if you want to see me and him play that game, which is notoriously difficult and a total quarter eater muncher, you can see it.
Where'd you get this from? Is this on Steam?
It's on Steam.
Yeah,
Steam. What? And it was like $6 or something. It was cheap.
What? It's like this, like an HD version or something?
No, well, sort of. I mean, you run it at high resolution, but it's also got settings to like look all like old monitory and what's that word when the like that phosphorus effect on CRTs? You can enable that.
Right. I think it's actually called phosphorus.
Yeah, and we played online, so it has online multiplayer.
I hate you. For not telling me
it's like $6, and we easily spent $6 in quarters to play it.
Right.
So. I just want to say I'm a little hurt.
Why?
That you're playing with Iceworm and not us.
Oh, I'll play with you guys anytime. All I can think of is that you guys would not like Metal Slug 3. That's what I kept thinking.
I thought we all had an agreement about.
Although, could you play 4 people in that? That would be something. I don't
know. We've been talking about playing a game together for at least 2 years, and I think the only time has been raiding and WoW.
I've seen Scott and Hawken a couple times this week. And I'm like, hey, Scott.
Did you say something to me? I missed it.
Scott.
That game's too hot. Oh, good news, everybody. Hawken goes totally free to play today on Steam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the game we should all be playing. And I'm ready for that. You guys, you tell me when. We're in. I'm in.
Let's go.
Just give me a time.
Play right now. Let's just start the podcast.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Towerfall's not out yet, is it? That's on the Yuya drafting, Dave. I don't think that's on PS4 or PC yet. I know it's coming, but I don't think that's out yet. I think you may be jumping the gun there. But yeah, we would totally... Dude, Towerfall is on my radar. We will play that game because that looks great. Yeah, Hawken for everybody. And Hawken's free as of today. They said, yep, our 3-week test worked out. We're good. It can now be open to everybody. Thank you for all your support. Boom, go get it. Is it out? Is he saying it's out now? Shite.
Right. What we doing? Why are we still doing a podcast and I don't Friday? Hey, by the way, Nicole.
Yes.
Metal Slug 3 2-pack, $12.99.
There we go.
2-pack shot in cold blood in Vegas.
I'll pick it up and send you a copy.
March 11th, you crack smokers. Towerfall's not out till the 11th, so it's on
Titanfall?
next
Towerfall?
Towerfall, not Titanfall. Towerfall. This is that weird little 2D thing where it's competitive, crazy.
Oh yeah, I've played this on the Ouya.
Ouya. It's the only good game on the Ouya, is what everyone says.
Right.
And now it's coming to everything. So watch for that. Yeah, no, just search for Hawken there, Captain Kipper. You'll find it. It's there, man. I just looked at it. Nick downloaded it this afternoon. We're gonna play. He's gonna play. He can play with us.
Mark got
maybe
it
Nick
Oh,
was
Mark!
playing.
If Mark's got it, dude, we have all the people we need to do a squad. It'll kick ass. Oh, I love that game so much.
Thank you for tuning into the final score.
We'll see you next
what
week.
We'll be playing this week.
Goodbye, everybody. State of Decay, play a little more of that. They had some new DLC, so I thought I really ought to start burning through what's left of that first game and get there because I still quite like that. It's Grand Theft Auto for zombies, basically. That's sort of what that is. I like it a lot. Have for a while. Played more Shadowrun. Talked about that last week. Don't need to dig into that too much more, except it's rad. And finally, a weird little game called Dungeon Dashers.
I saw you going in and out of this game as I was playing Fallout.
I was trying to record it. I was trying to do some stuff and it kept goofing on me, so I had to get out and get in, get out, get in. But once I started playing, it's great. That game is really cool. It's hard to explain though. Imagine walking into a dungeon with like 4 dudes, a wizard, a tank guy, a dude with arrows, your typical classes. And you walk in there, there's a bunch of bad guys. And it's turn-based when the combat starts, so you can only do so many actions. And you can move, hide behind a thing, or hit a guy, maybe hit him twice if you have enough action points. If you're ranged, you can do that and all this stuff, right? And there's treasure chests, and there's stuff to break and get gold out of and all this. And you just kind of keep working your way through the dungeon. They're relatively short. They're like missions, and they kind of feel like puzzles in a way. Mm-hmm. I really like it. It's really neat. Yeah.
How much was it?
Cheap. I want to say it was like $7 or something. Totally worth it.
It was on sale. I think it's a little bit more now, but I think it was on sale.
It may have been, I may have gotten it on sale. But I think that's a good. I think it's a cool game, and it's a little off-putting at first because I think it's screaming for controller support. I think it would be perfect for that, but it's all keyboard and spacebar and stuff, and that's fine. It's fine. I just get a little uppity about games that I think would work better with a controller, and they don't put in support for it, and it bugs me. But I'll let this one slide because I still got way into it. It's good. And that's what I played. Brian, tell us about Anus Ticklers 2000. Oh, you got 3000. You upgraded.
3000. Yeah, I upgraded this past week. There was updated DLC update to that. No, Scott, you put that in there.
Oh, I did? Oh, whoops.
Yeah, you put that in there.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Jerk face.
I faked it. I must have been trying to get at you or bug you a little bit there with that.
Right. It didn't bother me at all because I thought it was funny.
All right.
And so, okay. So I did get to play Guacamole.
Guacamole. Not guacamole, guacamole.
So I played the Guacamole, and because I purchased it on the off the Humble Bundle this past week, and everybody keeps talking about how great it is. And you get to play Juan, and you get to listen to great Mexican music of some sort that you would hear like in a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
So I was all super excited about that, and actually I was super excited because I do like the whole idea of the Mexican wrestler kind of thing and the
luchador stuff and all that.
The luchadors,
yeah.
tostados. So yeah, but I got into this game and I played a demo's worth. Yeah. And I was kind of like, you know what? Well, the problem was you had just mentioned controller support, and this has controller support, but unfortunately, when I started the game, my controller wasn't plugged in, and I was too lazy to plug it in, so I had to play it with my keyboard.
You definitely need a controller with this game.
Yeah, I tried to play it for a little bit, and I couldn't get anywhere. And I kept running into roadblocks. I'd be like, "Okay, lady, what am I supposed to do then?" Well, okay, yeah, I get it. The toy is under the steps, but why are you telling me if I can't get to it? So there's a little bit.
When you get to some of those later, when the goat teaches you how to like double jump and then you have to hit the button to kick up.
Right.
Those get really complicated. And then did you get to the warp zones?
I did not make it to the warp zones.
Oh, you're not going to have fun with that game then. if you've already given up, those warp zones are even.
I did have my controller, but I'm going to put my controller back in. I think I'm going to have fun with this game. I like the style so far. It's a lot of fun. Nothing that nobody doesn't already know. If you haven't seen Mulu, whatever you want to call it, it was on the Humble Bundle this past week. It's super cheap, and you probably can pick it up super cheap still. But what I did play for 5 whole minutes was Dethroned. It's an alpha game right now, and yeah, I had to stop really quick because there's this stone monster that you have to fight. And there's a leveling mechanic in this game, and the stone monster was getting all the levels, and I wasn't getting any. And he kept coming back, and he kept leveling up. He was like level 3. I finally said, "I'm still level 1, you jerk."
Were you able to restart it though? Did we lose Scott?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
No, we lost his interest. He's still got an internet connection.
I'm here. I'm just trying to get it so Casey can get in here.
Get in here, Casey.
Anyway.
So were you able to restart the game and start the stone monster back at level 1, or was that just too much for you?
Well, yeah, it was saving it. So I was in single player mode. I'm playing it, and like I said, the stone monster kept beating me, so I was like, I'm out. But this is a free to play game. It's still an alpha, and it's supposed to come out early 2014 somewhere. It's got some cute little graphics to it. I like it.
I like it. It sounds good.
Free.
Sounds all right.
Let's go.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Casey Banto, you there?
I'm here.
Did you try to call us earlier?
I did.
Oh, that explains. This thing's not working right. All right. Well, it didn't show up that you were calling, and then I saw a thing of a missed call. I'm like, wait, what? So apparently I'm just not paying the right attention. Casey's on the line, and that means it's time for a little bit of fun video game trivia. It's what he does each and every damn week, and it's a lot of fun. I don't remember who picked the game, but you're going to tell us anyway, so who the hell was it?
It was you, Scott.
Was it me?
Yes.
What'd I pick?
You picked Tempest.
Tempest, that's right. Because we were talking about that weird Vita game last week. That's right. Okay.
Yep.
I'm so ready. Talking about my body being ready. I am so ready for the trivia this week. Lay it on us, man.
All right. I have actually 3 trivia questions for Tempest.
What?
And there is no multiple choice.
Okay. All right.
Each of you are going to be given 1 chance to give me the correct answer to each question.
Okay.
If you manage to just get 1 of these questions correct, you win.
Okay.
Oh
Triangle.
Sounds real bad, but I'm ready.
I have Google up and ready.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll show your trivia.
Here we go. Brian, you get the first shot at this.
Dang it! All right.
How many level variations are there in Tempest?
Well, everybody knows there's only 4 level variations in Tempest.
Okay. Nicole, how many do you think there are?
I don't know. 100.
100. Okay.
This is a hard one.
Right here. It's like, well, I bid $1, Bob.
Scott, how many level variations are there in Tempest?
I'm gonna say there are 200.
200. The correct answer is 16. There are 16 level variations in
Brian,
Tempest.
Everybody
you were the
bid
closest.
except for me.
If that's true, that's ridiculously low.
Are we playing Price or Right rules here?
That's just different variations.
Okay.
They repeat after level 16. Level 17 is...
Does he get anything for being closest?
I'm surprised you didn't remember that, Scott.
Casey's like, no. No, he doesn't.
So this isn't like the bidding part at the opening of Price is Right. This is more like the end part where you got to be right on.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you guys are a team. One of you either gets the right answer or you're all...
Oh, we were all fighting for each other there? Jeez.
You're all on the same team. Come on.
Okay, well, what? So now what? How does it work now? What do you do now?
I got another question.
All right.
Yeah.
Brian gets first shot at this.
Yeah.
Out of the first 99 levels, give me a number of one of the invisible or black levels.
Black levels.
I'm going to say 69, dude.
69.
Jeez.
All right.
Say the question again.
Out of the first 99 levels, give me the number of one of the invisible or black levels.
16.
I'm going to say...
That's a good guess because 16 was the variation. That's pretty good.
I'm going to say 10.
10.
I feel like I saw that earlier than 16 or higher.
Well, Scott, actually, that's not correct. The invisible or black levels did not show up until level 65.
Damn it!
But they
Wow,
were
Brian, you were almost close.
they were levels 65 through 80, so Brian actually guessed correctly.
Oh, no way.
Good job.
He got that right just because he happened to be a number in a place. He was trying to be all dirty with the number
He was trying to be
69.
all pervy and
Great. The
Never can go wrong with the pervert answer.
pervy Brian wins again.
Well,
all
you
right.
all win because he got the answer.
That's a good point. We're working as a team.
Yay.
Brian was pervy for everyone. All right. And now there's a third one, right?
Yeah, you guys want to
Good
shoot
question.
for a bonus point?
Yeah, give us a bonus point.
Yeah.
All right. What shape does the player's starship most closely resemble in Tempest?
What shape?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
It's the shape of a tempest.
It's the shape of a crab. It's like a little crab.
Now, shape like rudimentary shapes like square, circle, triangle. Because I'm going with triangle.
Oh,
Do you want to throw a guess, Nicole?
octagon,
I still say crab shape.
crab shape,
I mean, technically,
crab shake.
crab shake sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Ew,
But
gross.
Nicole's
is
probably
scary.
Nicole's probably the
it's
closest in that it's multiple sides, so she's probably the closest. But what do you say, Casey?
Isn't it like a
I'd say-
scarab?
I'd say you were the closest, Scott. It's shaped like a claw.
Yeah, like a claw. Oh, a claw. See, this would have been a good multiple choice answer, I think.
Probably.
Was it a circle, a claw, a crab, or a 69? Okay, great. Whose turn is it to pick
Correct.
this week?
It's Brian's turn to pick the next game.
Pick a game, Brian. Pick it.
All right. We're going this week.
Pick it
We're
like a dirty
going-
scab. Oh, yeah.
Right. We're going with does that have to be an old game or can I pick something new? Because I was kind of wanting to do like a Lego Star Wars.
I think it can be anything, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's fine.
Lego Star Wars.
Okay.
I
Shut
love
up, Scott.
Casey's response. I don't care. Whatever, man. Just do it.
I'm just
I totally
trying
should
to-
have signed on for this.
This is great.
Just trying to keep things mildly entertaining. Any game you guys think you'll laugh at is
Yeah,
fine.
that's the goal. You understand how podcasts work. I'm impressed. Nice job. It's Casey Banta on Twitter. You can find him there. Interesting dude. And he also sends this really cool thing at the end of the show each week, and we'll play that today, Casey's Music Memory. So listen for that a little bit later. Casey, have a fantastic week, man.
Awesome.
Bye now.
Bye.
All right,
Oh, I like
off he
Casey.
goes. Yeah, he's great. And now you guys aren't working. Oh, there you go. Now you're working. All right, well, that's that. Brian, where'd we leave you, son?
He was just
Son-
talking about Dethroned.
Well, yeah, I was talking about Dethrone, but it really wasn't really worth talking about because I only played it for a couple of minutes. But I did get to play a race game.
A race game?
A race game.
Was it
I'm
about
white,
how to treat your
you're
neighbors nicely regardless of the color of their skin?
No.
Oh, what was it then?
I haven't played any racing games in a very long time, and I've kind of gotten this desire to race again. And instead of playing a real race game, I had Trackmania already loaded up, so I loaded up Trackmania 2 Canyon.
Yeah.
And I've had this game forever. I haven't played it any. I know Trackmania is about building your own tracks and, paint your own car and doing that kind of stuff. And it's mostly about racing yourself and racing the time. And that's basically what it was.
All right.
You should get Disney Infinity. Download Disney Infinity on the PC, and one of the bonus tutorials that you get to do is Wreck-It Ralph racing.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Ooh, Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
All right. That
I
sounds
like
good to
Wreck-It
me.
Ralph.
I got some news, everyone. Oh, that music right there means something. On the line with us, you guys don't even know I'm doing this. We have Dan Patras. He is board game extraordinaire man. He's board game man, let's call him. Calling the show. We made a little arrangement a couple of weeks ago, actually. I'm glad we're finally getting to do it. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's Patrice, but that's all right.
Why do I say Patras then?
Well, everybody does. It's one of them things because it doesn't have any letters, any I or anything.
So it's like Patrice O'Neill, like the comedian.
Right. Well, I always tell people it's like a hockey player.
Oh, all right, Patrice.
I was a French dude.
Yeah. Where do you hail from, by the way?
I actually, I'm originally from New York, but I'm in North Carolina now, so I'm in Brian's neck of the woods.
Oh, okay, good.
He's like my hat.
You guys have to share the same NFL team. How you feel about that? Is that all right?
It's all right. I'm a Jet fan at heart, so either way, I'm disappointed every year. Either way.
So I'm anxious to have you on because you were going to tell us kind of the state of board gaming right now, tabletop gaming specifically. And,
Well, it's crazy.
yeah.
I mean, just from things like tabletop and just, you know, when you look at the economy and even tabletop, it's so much cheaper to get board games than go to the movies and stuff. So it's got such a resurgence now that you can just stay at home and play with your family and friends and just have a great time.
Isn't it interesting that it seems to be bigger now than ever? And I feel like there was a period in my young life where people were sort of anti-board games. I feel like it was out of favor and falling out of style.
Well, I think it has to do with quality too. Like quality was so bad in the 80s. I mean, it's all roll and move, and there's not really any decisions to that.
Yeah, there wasn't much to it. You're right. It was all Monopoly. It was all chutes and ladders. Or
Life.
Was it right? It wasn't all roll and move. Some of it was pushed down that little thing that makes the popping noise.
Oh, that
like sorry.
Boggle.
What about Mousetrap? Yeah, that was all crap.
But yeah,
Simon Says. I mean, the more electronic they got, the dumber they got. Like, I feel like it was a real falling away, and now it's like so creative. There's stuff coming out of Europe that just blows people's minds. There are new game types and new ways of looking at games, and simple card games that are incredibly complex if you know what you're doing, and things like Magic the Gathering, and it's just kind of insane now.
Well, it used to be that everybody, when you say things like, so you're a board gamer, the people would be like, oh, you mean like Monopoly or Risk? And now you can say so many more games that people have actually heard of, between Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan, King of Tokyo. I mean, these are all just great fun games. And I think Settlers of Catan could be really shown as the game that kind of started that new revolution. And I mean, there's people that have played that for 2 years. I mean, I couldn't even, you know, in a Cult of the New, I couldn't even imagine playing one game for that long. But
no, it's crazy. It's totally crazy. So give us an idea of what's hot right now. What's going on? What are you bringing to the table to tell us about that will make people want to run out this weekend and play the damn thing?
So this week, I'm going to tell you about 3 games that are kind of the new hotness, or the what's new for this year, like what people are looking out for. I've got one that's out now, one that should be real soon, and one that's a little bit down the road. But the one that's out now and that I love so much, and I've got my family, even my kids can play this, kind of goes even back to our childhood, and it's based on an old video game. I'm sure you guys probably played Rampage as a kid.
Heck yeah, the big John. I always chose the green dude because he was great.
I always chose the gorilla.
Yeah, and I always chose to eat him instead of huck him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was a big Godzilla lover, so I was always going with the green dude too. I think he looked like Godzilla.
He did quite a bit, more than you'd think.
So, I mean, Rampage is a game by Asmodee. Now, this is kind of like got some dexterity to it, but it's basically you have a big board, and there's actually pieces built up with meeples, and it looks like a little city. And you have pieces that you flick around a board, and then a big old dude, which is your monster, and you do different actions. Like you can drop your monster onto buildings, and they just crumble. But you can't get too crazy, because if they fall like off the board, they can be negative to your score.
So unlike cards and little pieces and stuff, you're talking about like full-on structures. Like this thing's built like a Jenga machine, really.
Well, sort of. I mean, the board itself is probably, I don't know, about 2 by 2, 2 feet by 2 feet, and then you've got the little structures are probably like 1 inch by 3 or 4 inches.
Nice.
And you've got, and it's built on meeples, so there's actually little people. I'm not sure if you know what a meeple is.
Meeple, sounds like something out of The Sims, to be honest.
It's kind of like a little wooden people. They kind of just Carcassonne was like the first one to come up with the meeple. That's kind of the little guys you'd put on the board. But you make
I know what this is then. Okay, I got it. Meeple.
So a lot of times, like nowadays, it's kind of just one of these recognized symbols.
Yeah, here I'm just looking at an image of it right now, and I played Carcassonne. They're just these like little flat. Well, it looks like it kind of depends. I'm seeing a bunch of different versions of it here, but yes, I am now familiar with a meeple, and I would like one of my very own.
So I'll put a link to a good picture of Rampage in the chat. But you build the structures on the different meeples, and as things get knocked down at the end of your turn, you get to eat the meeples.
Literally?
Well, not literally. Your monster eats them, depending on how many teeth they have. So you could either you could do things like flicking your little disc and knocking the other people down. If you knock them down, they lose teeth and they can't eat anymore. So
it's pretty interesting how these things make up little floors of the building. I'm looking at these pictures right now. They don't look like licensed. They don't look like the actual creatures from that game. Am I wrong?
No, I'm pretty sure that this is not a licensed product. I'm almost not even sure how they use the name.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised by that. That's interesting. How
come
there's little Batman symbols on this one building?
They got you know what? That one probably there. I bet you that might even be on the board, because they have little Easter eggs on a lot of these boards.
Oh, that's great. I love that they're just
the art
strewn
is
with everybody's intellectual property just for the hell of it. That's awesome. That's great.
You know, and as the different buildings fall down, you get to hold on to them for points, and everybody's got their own individual player powers, which is always a ton of fun in games.
Yeah.
So I mean, the game's good. It's not all that expensive, and you know, like I said, I've got a 7 and a 10-year-old, and I got to play with them.
Oh, it was probably
they
awesome.
loved it.
No, I bet they did.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm into this.
They do make gummy meeples. Thank you very much.
Oh, let's go get some gummy meeples.
I actually have a little stuffed animal that my son was using as a pillow for a while. That was a meeple that I got from Gen Con.
I could totally do a meeple right now. All right, so there's that. You mentioned a couple other. You got a couple.
Okay,
others
so
you wanna
real
mention?
quick, I'll get into my second one is from Plaid Hat Games. They're actually the guys that made the BioShock Infinite Siege of Columbia game. They've got a new game coming out called Dead of Winter. And this is it's a pretty cool game. It's more of a kind of a storytelling game, more of an experience of the game where you almost feel like you're playing a movie. So everybody, it's from 2 to 5 players, and everybody's going to be controlling their own little group of survivors in a post-apocalyptic. You hear that, Nicole? Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
You had me
She
at
perked right up.
BioShock.
So, well, with your different little groups, now it's kind of based in a zombie post-apocalyptic, but zombies really are kind of more of a backdrop to the game than the game itself. So you're going to be doing different things and telling stories in the game, and as different triggers come out, there's going to be these crossroad cards. So as you're using a card, you're going to have a decision to make. Like, you may find a survivor. Now, do you just let the survivor die and grab her, her loot, the different supplies, or do you let her live and bring her onto your little team?
Yeah.
So now there's going to be consequences to those things, but you have to pass certain tests. So you need those supplies. So you
remind me of
really,
the name of this thing. What's the name?
It's called Dead of Winter.
Dead of Winter
by Plaid Hat Games. They call it a Dead of Winter, a Crossroads game, because their Crossroads is their new little system that they're coming out with.
I'm gonna put links to these in the show notes too.
So
main objective cards.
Is your website boardgamegeek.com?
No,
that's not my
this
website.
is like a
okay.
huge
No, BoardGameGeek.com is like the place for all things board game. You got
forever to do.
You
They've
can
been
name
around
any
forever.
game in history, and you'll be able to find it.
Yeah. It's awesome. Big reviews. They're kind of considered like, I don't know what's a good equivalent. They're like
good old games.
They're like the Wikipedia of board games.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And more than
Right.
that, there's a big
Pictures.
community there, and they're all reviewing things, and yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
And they have some great videos where you can watch how to play videos and reviews and things. And just real quick, the last game is something that we probably all love to do. It's about running a brewery and how you can come up with different recipes. And it's a worker placement game called Brew Crafters that's coming out later in the year by Dice Hate Me Games. And it's a ton of fun. It's a little deeper than the other ones I mentioned, but it's really meaty and it's a ton of fun. It was actually a Kickstarter game that successfully funded. That'll be out later in the year.
That one's familiar. That's not. No, I'm thinking of something else. There's a really popular kickstarting all the time board game designer here in Salt Lake City who's always getting shown on stuff, and people really like his games. And that name sounded familiar, but I'm looking at his list right now. It's not on there.
How drunk you have to be to play this game?
Very entirely. All the way drunk, Brian. All the way drunk.
All the way.
It's a little bit more fun when you do that. It makes the decisions harder, but hey, it's thematic to have a few beers in there.
Well, give us the names again. So we got Rampage, we got Dead of Winter, a Crossroads game, and third one again?
It's called Brew Crafters.
Brew Crafters. All three of these available. You can get them. Check them out on Board Game Geek.
You can look on Board Game Geeks, but you can pre-order the Crossroad games. You can pre-order Dead of Winter at plaidhatgames.com. I think you're still going to save like $10-20 by doing that. That should be out in April.
Oh, good.
And Brew Crafters will be out later in the summer. These were just kind of like the most anticipated games of the year. Rampage just happened to come out within the last couple of weeks widely.
This makes me want to go get that one. My kids would love this.
And it's got the good thing about Rampage too. You'll like it. It's got a real short rule book.
I like short rule books. I hate long rule books. You know me better than anyone else does on this show because I hate them. Dan, it's a pleasure, dude. We'll do this again. Thanks a lot, and may all your boards be games or something.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan.
See you later. Okay, so
That's cool. I loved it.
Yeah, that's great. I love board games. We need to play more of them.
I just picked up one based on JJ and Renee's recommendation. It's called Dice Capades.
Oh, I heard about this. It's supposed to be good.
It's like 136 dice in this game, and it's like yeah, it's trivia and like Cranium, where you would have different activities.
Came out in 2007. Let's see. Yeah. You can play in 30-minute
There's a lot of
games.
fun.
I like these games. You can pound them out in 30 minutes. I like.
I
that a
need
lot.
2-player games too because
Yeah.
it's just me and Mark.
That's right.
Aw, you could play one when Teo. Come on.
Well, eventually.
He's 2. There's
He's
no way I can play dice. He's gonna eat
you
the
can
dice.
play. You can play Monopoly with that kid. Come on.
Yeah. Can you? I don't know.
No.
You can't play
I still
Monopoly.
have that World of Warcraft Monopoly board, and I never opened it. I don't know why I didn't.
Oh, you should have said.
I think it's because I just don't like Monopoly very much, even though it's.
Ethan is like the biggest. That's my youngest son. He's like the biggest Monopoly fan ever, and he drives me crazy with it.
Yeah. Did you play Trackmania? Is that what I'm reading here?
He did.
I
We
played
already
Trackmania.
talked about it.
Okay, I
Good
couldn't
enough.
remember
Let's
if we
do some
did.
news.
Is it no good? Is it crap? What'd you say? I can't
No,
remember.
it's actually pretty awesome. I just haven't gotten very far into it because that is a really
He's been
deep
playing
and
with
rich
himself.
game. What?
All right, quick news time. Quick.
Badly. I need food.
Super fast. Sony PlayStation chief, stepping down March 31st.
Big beat.
Oh, by the way, the news today. Guess who's brought to you by? Our friends our friends over there at Squarespace.com. Squarespace.com, everybody. Look, you need a website. I know you do. You know you do.
Always fun.
Right. You need a good one. You need one that's got responsive design. You need one that you can count on. You need to be able to have it look good on your tablet. You want to have it make it easy to use, lots of templates, all that stuff, because you don't want to sit around and learn how to like code your own site. No one does that anymore. You rely on somebody like Squarespace.com, and you can get a good deal over there. Use the code FINAL at checkout for 25% off. And they got everything you need to sell stuff, all those kind of tools, everything. It's all there. 25% off. Use the code FINAL. Yeah.
People should create a fan site for a game they love on Squarespace and send us a link to it so we can say, hey, look what you can do.
Look at
with
this,
Squarespace.
man. I would love that. Yeah. If you like, let's say you're a big Zelda fan. Why not?
Right.
Why not do that? ZeldaFan.com. And you can do the domain stuff too, by the way. It doesn't have to be something dot something dot something. You can just straight up do it there. It'll even do the domain registration for you if that's your way of moving. So do that. Squarespace.com, the code FINAL. 25% off. It's a hell of a deal. Sony PlayStation chief stepping down on March 31st. This is Jack Tretton, everybody. And I'm depressed.
Jack Tretton.
I'm super depressed about this.
It's interesting because there's been a lot of movement on PlayStation's side over this past year. And so, yeah. It's
good movement, though. And a lot of people have
Right.
pointed it to Jack and said, way to go, man. You've done a lot of stuff here. I mean, I know the Japanese heads. This is just the U.S. guy, by the way. So it's not like he's in charge of all PlayStation. But he's the face of E3. He's the guy that gets up and does the big grin when everyone's clapping for him. I like Jack. He looks like a mobster, and he will rub you out if you do something wrong.
Welcome to the new age.
Yeah. Welcome to
Yeah,
the new age. Those guys are from here, by the way. Imagine Dragons. Yeah, they're from Provo. Let's see. Nintendo giving away one of its best games. What game is it, Brian?
Download.
What are they giving? What is it?
That's what I said. What's the best game you got? Pokemon X and Y or Y. Really? All right, good enough. So
if
yeah,
if you're into Pokemon, then yeah, sure, why not?
Right, the new 3DSs you'll get a digital copy of Pokemon X or Pokemon Y.
Yeah.
So
I'm only
suck it, game.
Pokemon X or Pokemon Y. Got it. I'm all
so
set.
suck it, GameStop.
In your words, in a dick move, GameStop hikes prices on hard-to-find PlayStation 4 camera. That's not very nice, is it?
I have one. I can
No,
sell
it
you.
wasn't.
Hey, I'll buy it.
I'll sell it real
Are you seriously selling it?
No,
Oh,
I just bought it.
I can't get them. They're hard. They're really hard to get.
I picked it up when I got my PS4.
Yeah, I should have done that. I can't get one now.
You can't even find it on Amazon?
Nope. Well, back ordered. You know, I could do that, I guess. But
there's a lot of different companies. The reason why I brought this up is because there's a lot of different companies and there's a lot of different ways to handle things. And some companies just seem to, every move they make just seems to say, we don't give a crap about you. Give us money.
yeah, I don't like that.
I've always felt like GameStop is kind of like that. I love GameStop. I like going in there. I like, perusing the games. I usually like the people who work there. Yeah,
I take it back. They're back in stock. There are 17 available on
Sweet.
Amazon. So maybe I should get one now. Well, now that I know it's available, I'm not in such a hurry now.
But Brian, I just want to address what you were just saying. I mean, we like to think that companies have our best interests at heart, but they're making money.
Right.
They have our money at heart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They have our best money at heart. I never think a company has our best interests at heart. And I'm not even doing it as negative. It's not even a negative thing.
No, it's not even. It's just what it is. Business is business.
Yeah. Now
if I went to Walmart and then went, oh, you know what? We're all out of your egg whites. We have one carton left. We're jacking the price up. I'm going to be pissed at Walmart. I'm going to be pissed at them.
No, you should be
there's
pissed.
some kind of regulation or something.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that
you should be
for,
pissed either
retail.
way, and you should quit
Right.
going there. You should tell them to F off and not go to Walmart anymore. But the idea that they're going to go, oh, is not going to happen. They may have an employee that goes, oh, and tries to go above and beyond, but on the corporate level, they don't care if you're out of eggs.
They don't care.
They don't care if they jack it up. Sorry, we didn't mean to rope Walmart into this, but why not? What else we got here? We ain't dead yet. OnLive returns with the new leadership, new cloud gaming products, and Steam integration.
What?
I don't care. I don't care.
You care a little bit because you know what? The thing that was killing OnLive more than anything, Scott Johnson.
Nope. Here's what's killing OnLive. Steam boxes will kill on. No one will care. Like, why would you care with Steam integration with OnLive when you can do a Steam box, have that same streaming technology, and not have to pay a monthly damn fee for it? How about that?
Do I want to buy Steam box for $800, or do I want to use the online service and use my crappy MacBook from 1998?
I don't mean Steam box computers. I mean just the streaming ones that haven't come out yet. Those little streamer deals,
right?
Those are going to be like $200 at the max. I'll bet $100 is what we'll get. They'll be like little Apple TV looking little Apple pucks, and they'll stream your games from your PC, and you're done.
To me, the one thing OnLive failed at when they did it was they did not recognize the absolute passion that people would have for watching other people play video games, and Twitch has filled that gap nicely. And if OnLive had
they could have been it. They could have been it.
They could have.
Did you know they're putting out an API for app developers to integrate it directly into iOS devices? Yeah.
Right. You can watch me play Disco Zoo.
Yes. You know what? I would totally watch you play Disco Zoo. But it's great. I mean, watching them grow, it just makes you shake your head in disbelief at some of the other companies that had the opportunity and completely blew it. And they blew it.
Yep.
Let's see. Microsoft Xbox One receives major update, and we talked about it coming last week. It actually happened. It includes the Project Spark beta. That's a beta now, and better multiplayer stuff. It's been pretty abysmal over there with that kind of functionality. A lot of people are pissed, and it looks like this probably fixed a lot of that. I don't have one, so I can't speak to it, but I'm sure it's better now. And then some little bit of old news, but this is great because the irony just hurts a little bit. Sony Pictures is producing a movie about the 90s console war between Nintendo and Sega with Seth Rogen involved somehow.
Yeah, not McFarlane, not the Cosmos guy.
Not Green, none of the other Seths. It's Seth Rogen. Yeah.
I can't even do it.
I can't either. I hate his laugh so much.
Please tell me you captured that.
What, Nicole doing that? Of course, I'm recording right now. Mike will get it. He'll find it. I would really like to see this movie, but I just think it's funny that Sony's producing a film. Yeah, I know Sony, Sony Computer Entertainment, or SEO, is not the same as Sony Pictures ever, but it's still funny to me.
It's the irony of it. I like it.
That Sony came in and killed them both. Not killed them, but gave Nintendo finally a run for its money and destroyed Sega. And now they're producing a movie about that fight. It's just hilarious to me. We have a contest. You want to do a contest?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we need some music for that. Here we go. Time for a contest, and Nicole will explain all about it. What is this? What are we doing?
We have a ton of game codes, and I'm going to give them out to the chat room. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to tell you what games I have, chat room, and you find me in the chat room. In fact, I'll just say, hey, I'm here.
She's Nicole Spag.
Nicole Spag _, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you tell me what game you want, and whoever asks for it first will get the key. So here we go. These are Steam and Origin keys. So the first game I have is an Origin key, Dead Space 3.
Woo!
I have a Steam key for Medal of Honor.
Woo!
I have a Steam key for Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box.
I'm sorry to sound excited about either of those two first games. They weren't very good. But keep
I was
going.
wondering.
Keep going.
Dead Space. I have a Steam key for the first Dead Space.
Okay.
I have an Origin key for Populous.
Oh, Populous, yeah. That's a good game.
And then I have a couple, I think these are Steam keys. Yeah, they look like Steam keys for PlanetSide and World of Tanks.
Is that PlanetSide 2? And is it money? Because PlanetSide 2 is free. And so,
This is the first set of games was from Paul. These next set of codes came from Carl.
Okay.
And it's an old email, so I hope the codes are still good.
All right.
Chat room, there you go. We can move
And-
on, and I can distribute the games to the people in
Excellent.
All right.
Can I give? Neff hit me
You
up.
want to give one?
Yeah, Neff hit me up on Steam a short time ago and said, "Hey, he has a few games he got, and if someone can answer this question in the chat room real quick, whoever gets closest wins the game he sent me, which I don't know what it was." Okay, all right. How long?
That was it. What was the
it.
game?
Hold on
What did he send you?
The question is, how many days? Wait a second. How many days has it been since Scott Johnson been on the Final Score Minecraft server, and whoever is the closest gets a game?
How long have I been on the Minecraft server?
How long has it been since you've been on the Final Score Minecraft server? How many days?
I can tell you it's been a long time, so if that helps, maybe it helps.
So whoever gets closest, just put a number in there. And of course, my favorites are always 69 because they have alternate.
Drafting Dave loves you then. This is the first thing he did. And by the way, Burnout Paradise, which Nicole is giving away, one of the best, maybe the best racing game I've ever played in my life. I will never think anything but fondly of Burnout Paradise, and I wish they would do a new one. Anyway, just wanted to get that out of my system. Wow, look at all these numbers, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you're working on that.
Already gave a few. Free Rangers got a Medal of Honor.
Nice.
Nebetron got World of, I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Either.
But
I don't either.
it sounds like it.
Your guess is as good as mine.
World of Tanks.
Okay.
Velvet Lip got Dead Space.
Oh, good.
And I'm still looking for
yeah.
Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
Nice job. Nice job.
The answer was 290. You are
290?
290 days since
geez.
Scott has been on the Minecraft server.
Nick has been on more recently than me. I'm not a big Minecraft guy. I want to be, but I can't. I need to, you know what I need to do? Install those shaders and stuff. That's what I need to do.
Right.
Like spruce that thing up because I'm sick of looking at it. All right. It's time for this. Wait.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Sorry. Here we go.
We're kicking it old school.
Okay, well then let's do it. It's old school. It's time for us to talk about an old video game, one that we think fondly of, and for today it's Yars Revenge from the Atari 2600, 1982.
Yar.
My friend Gary had this game, and played the hell out of it. It was lots of fun, you might say. It's a video game released for the Atari 2600 in 1982. It was created by Howard Scott Warshaw, who also wrote the 2600 titles Raiders of the Lost Ark and the much-derided E.T. the Extraterrestrial, which was buried out in the Mexican desert, or Arizona, or wherever it is. New Mexico, that's where it is. Yars Revenge was Atari's best-selling original title for the 2600. The hero is an insect-like creature called the Yar, Tasha Yar, who must nibble or shoot their way through a barrier in order to fire his Zorlon cannon into the breach. It kind of keeps going like that. There was a remake of this. Do you remember this? Like last year?
Yes.
Or year before?
Yes,
it was like
and you can actually play the remake on Atari's website if you go down to the links at the bottom of that.
The remake? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else because I thought the remake was like a full-blown game, like you can play that online.
This is like a full-line online Flash game.
Oh, well, that's different.
As far as I know, this is the redo.
Oh, well,
I mean, it's talking about Yars Revenge. What are we talking about? We talking gigs worth of data here? No.
Right. So anyway,
don't you miss games that like from Atari back in the day that had a greater description than the game could ever be?
Yes, I did.
Because that game sounds awesome.
It sounds better than it could possibly live up to, is what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Exactly.
Here's some sound for it. 1981 was the year. Here we go. Oh, so good. It still looks like ass, though. It sounds terrible. Listen to that. It just sounds terrible.
But you instantly recognize it.
Yeah, but what were we doing? The Atari 2600 was terrible. I mean, I know it was cool for its time, but man, that's not good now. So there you go, Yars Revenge. Don't eat tainted beef, or you'll get a case of Yars Revenge for sure. That's it for the show. We're done. That's it. That's all. And I had a good time tonight, so I hope everyone out there did too as well. I'm glad you did, Nicole. How about you, Brian? Did you have a good time?
Nah, sucked.
Chat room?
Hey, I liked it. Had a great time.
Good.
Got rid of all the games except Dead Space. Apparently everyone has Dead Space.
Really? Why do so many people have Dead Space 3? That's weird.
No. Dead Space, the first one.
Oh, the first one, because that's old. That's why. That first game's still, I think, the best and scariest of all three.
Nope. Oh, I got rid of it. Lou wants it. I'll give it to Lou.
Lou, take it.
Take it, Lou. Take it.
I have, by the way, been commissioned, and when I say commissioned, I mean literally, I have been commissioned by our friend Eric Van Skyhawk, Hawkito, to play and record my playthrough of Outlast. He bought it for me on Steam for this purpose, so that I would play Outlast, the scariest game to come along in quite a while, according to everyone I've talked to. And I don't like scary games. You go into an abandoned insane asylum for the criminally insane, and it's dark and terrible, and I'm not sure I'm ready for this. But I'm going to do it. So, Eric, if you're listening, I'm not going to wimp out. Nick's going to watch me. He wants to see me do it. That'll help me not be so chicken to have somebody else in the room.
Right.
So watch for that. That's coming up soon on Frog Pants TV, and we'll do a playthrough.
This is super
of that game.
dark.
Oh, it's super dark, and it's scary, dude.
Scary.
There is stuff going on in that game that I'm terrified about. I don't like scary dark games. I don't. I just don't like them.
Scary dark games. And
he knows that, so he's trying to freak me out.
Good job.
More on that as we get closer to it. Nicole, what's going on right now that you would like people at home to know about?
Nerd parents.
Nerd parents.
Speaking of board games, we have a whole segment where we talk about apps and mainly board games.
Stuff to do with the family, yeah.
Yeah, stuff we play with the family.
Sure.
So
I like how you emphasize nerd. You went nerd parents.
Nerd parents.
Nerd parents.
We just had the Valentines on, and it was really great. Aww. And they told their story of meeting in World of Warcraft and all of that. It was really great. So
WoW has farther reaching tentacles than you think sometimes. It's way more than a game these days.
That's how I know you guys.
That's how anyone knows anybody around here. I swear. It's like this weird connective tissue between everything I'm doing comes back to Warcraft. Brian, what are you doing that you want people to know about? What's the one thing in your life they should be looking at?
Scott Johnson. Well, I recently recorded Prena's photo.
No.
Comics Coast to Coast. Check it out. ComicsCoastToCoast.com. We just interviewed Vince Dorse of Untold Tales of Bigfoot, 2012 Eisner Award winner. No, Reuben Award winner.
Reuben's a big deal.
Reuben's.
Well, Eisner's a big too, but Reuben's are huge.
Long form comic, great comic. Loved it. Vince is a great guy, a lot of fun. Yeah, check it out. Comics Coast to Coast. Great interview. Do it.
All right, that's good. And also,
all right.
You did a great job last Wednesday on the morning stream. So people want to hear Brian on that. He was great. And Nicole's always good on there on Wednesdays. Make sure you check her out as well. It's gonna do it, folks. Check out our website. That's where you can get to online to do things. That's at finalscoreshow.com. You can email us podcast@finalscoreshow.com. Your feedback is always welcome. Keep it short and interesting. We might just read it on the show. On Twitter, TFS Show, Scott Johnson, The Brian Dunaway, and Nicole Spag. We're on Facebook at /Final Score Show, and you can find our Steam community at steamcommunity.com/groups/Final Score Show. That's going to do it for us, for me, for Brian, and Nicole. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.
Yay.
Did we have fun or what?
I did.
That was awesome.
I had a lot of fun.
I don't know why I was in such a mood to do this show, but I felt really good about today for some reason. So
it's all that gaming you were doing.
What game?
All the gaming you were doing.
Oh, yeah.
All the gaming I was doing? Oh, yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe that made me happy. I don't know. Sometimes when I just quit worrying about all the crap I have to get done and just immerse myself for a little while, that's a really good piece of therapy.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But when I don't do that and I worry the whole time and I think, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, I should be doing this other thing, then nobody wins.
Right.
Then I'm not having fun and I'm still not getting done what I think I have to get done. And there's time to do what I need to do. I got to give myself this time to get in there and solve the world of Shadowrun. I'm going to do that tonight.
Like a gamecation.
Yes. By the way, that's a great idea. There's something with that. We should do something with that. You need to go download Hawken, Nicole. Get that going.
I'll go do that.
Get it installed, and I swear upon all that is holy in my grandmother's grave, we will play that game together, the three of us.
I'll go do it right now.
Okay.
I'm on it.
Stay out of trouble, everybody. Bye now.